All right, man. Let's talk. Barbara Choi sent this to me. Appreciate her. Always sending good information. And hold on. Yeah, Barbara Choi sent this to me. Um, and I would have never seen this story unless she sent it to me because I was just on boxing team scene and it eluded me. But shout out to boxing for fixing their site too, because now I can show a title. But apparently, the judge who scored the Camboso Hughes draw among officials assigned to Spencer Crawford. Now, you got to understand, I didn't see Camboso Hughes, but I did hear about it. Uh, I did hear about it. I did see some highlights. Um, you know, uh, so, um, and he probably did lose, but they already, Camboso let the cat out the bag that they already had the Lomachenko fight lined up for a big stadium fight. I'm assuming over there in Australia. So you know what time it is when you hear stories like that. When he already tell you. I mean, Maxie Hughes is in the lose situation. He was brought to Oklahoma to lose. At all places, that's where they get a venue at. Oklahoma. That's wild. But but you know, that's crazy. But let's take a look at it. So shout out to Keith Fighting. He said a week after he scored the George Camboso Maxie Hughes fight a draw. David Sutherland will be one of the three judges seated ringside for perhaps the most historically significant boxing match of 2023. Shit, maybe in the last 30 years. Nevada State Athletic Commission unanimously approved Oklahoma Sutherland as judge for Spencer Crawford a fight at his monthly meeting Tuesday morning. Nevada State Athletic Commission also voted unanimously to assign Nevada veteran Tim Cheatham, experienced New Jersey judge Steve Weisfeld to work the Showtime pay-per-view main event Saturday night. Weisfeld pretty solid. Uh, New Jersey-based referee Harvey Dock drew the assignment to officiate Spencer Crawford. Doc, Cheatham, Sutherland all worked the most recently high-profile fights in Vegas. Devin Haney's narrow win versus Vasily Lomachenko on May 20th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Now, Tom Bennett pointed out that Harvey Dock kind of warned Devin Haney about holding, and that's where the fight kind of took a turn for Devin Haney. He made that observation, and I can nor deny that. And think about it, really, that probably did happen. And want to take a point, you in a fight where you feel like you ain't the house fighter, and they can take it and that kind of change. I mean, some referees allow it, some don't. Some referees allow you to work on the inside, and that could be a problem for I mean, really both men, but could be a problem for Crawford if he need to be in a position where he need to hold, or Errol Spence. So I mean, especially Crawford, him not kind of being in the same similar situation as Devin Haney. So that could be a problem. Harvey Dock is pretty cool, and I'll put his face up there in a minute. I see Weisfeld's pretty good. I remember, he got a daughter as well too. I remember from from him the HBO days, me watching boxing and all that type stuff. So, I remember kind of watching him back in those days or whatever. But somebody did a video on it already. So he got a video explaining clinching and all that stuff on YouTube. If you just put his name in the box record to come up. But so they voted them unanimous. Cheatham and Weisfeld regularly judge pay-per-view bouts in the fight capital of the world. So, and I think that may come as that might be changing with Vegas being the fight capital of the world. I mean, UAE might have something to say about that in their future. I told y'all they tried to bid on this fight. Members of the ESPN broadcast team, college frustrations fans heavily criticized the outcome of 12 round lightweight fight. With England's Maxie Hughes appeared to win. 2 months earlier, Sutherland scored 115-113 for the Haney for the winner. What was a very competitive 12 rounds fight. I mean, Cheatham and credit Haney with a 15 113. So at the end of the day, Cheatham and hold on, I done lost my spot. Cheatham and Sutherland, may do Devin Haney some good. So seem like they can separate. It seemed like they can separate. You know, boxing from ineffective pressure or spurt fighting, or take the emotions out of it. So, but they said the best ever unanimously approved Oklahoma Sutherland. So Sutherland was the one that that scored it for Cambosos or a draw. So but he did get the Haney fight right in my opinion. So I mean, it is what it is. Bud knew when they said he had to cross the street. Bud knew when he had to cross the street, that he really couldn't. What he tell him in roll bounce when they had to skate off? No flaws, no falls, no. What he say? No falls, no draw, no. What he say? No falls, no slips, or something like that. So you know, so they know what it is. They know what it is. So he got to be on point. And when you got power, that kind of help you not press as much, but you don't want to depend on it. You don't want to be in a situation where you got to depend on it. you know, so but I said before, it's not all bad news. This is why you read the articles. I mean, the dude, does it mean that he can be paid off or he don't know what he's doing? I mean, yeah, we can read that into it, but then again, he got the Haney fight right, and that wasn't in Top Rank's best interest, and that's who the promoter was. So I don't know the relationship he got with PBC, and if you dig farther, you probably find some relationship, or some fights that he judged with PBC, but Terence Crawford can't even let that be a factor in his brain. I mean, I think Dimitri Bivol had the best mindset going into the big fight. I'm gonna fight within myself. I'm gonna do what I do, and if they take it from me, they take it from me. If I win, I win. But I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna focus at the task at hand and nothing outside of the task at hand. If you focusing on other things outside of your opponent in a fight, you're gonna lose. And people don't really understand why some guys are great in sparring and not great in fights. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, you going to a fight, bro. Ain't no, redos, ain't no another round, ain't no headgear. I mean, you get under them lights. You get under them lights. It's a different ball game, for real. You got to focus on your corner through the crowd. You got people booing. I mean, the whole nine, the whole shebang. So it's definitely a different world in there. Definitely. But it's definitely a different world in there. So but you can't worry about that. And if you do worry about it, then worry about it now and contest a decision. That's the best thing you can do is worry about it now and contest a decision. That's what you can do about it. If you're really worried about the judges and official contest, say, nah, man, I ain't going in there. And guess what? Nevada's probably gonna change that, because guess what? Nevada is probably getting 8% cut of the gate. They got an 8% cut of the Ryan Garcia tank deck. So they got a stake in this. You providing a service to Nevada. And they counting on this fight, they count on this fight. You know, they count on this fight. So but like I said before, I wouldn't trip about it. But let me show y'all Harvey Doc real quick. I wouldn't trip about it. So that's Harvey Doc, the brother. Yeah, I wouldn't trip. You only can really hone in on what you can control. And that's just the real spiel, no bullshit. So, I mean, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance, get notifications we go live or drop a video. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Our last podcast episode is up now. So check it out, whatever platform you listen to it on. You can do me that favor, and you could do me that favor and rate the podcast and give me a rating. I appreciate that. One time for the one time. Peace.